is a lifelong journey. I think it was one of those things I kind of heard, didn't know what it meant until it reached the point where I was like, dude, trading is a big part of my life. I do it all the time. It's more than half of my week. I move everything around it. It bleeds into my relation. You know, I lost an ex-girlfriend in that way and stuff. Like there was a side I was like, there's so much you have to prioritize and do it. I think it was one of those things that I didn't fully understand the journey that I got into. I definitely think somewhere down the line, I realized there was a point of no return where I was like, we've kind of done so much. You have to see this through. But I think there was a side that I realized I'm sacrificing more than just time. I'm sacrificing an entire identity to this, you know, and rebuilding one out of it too, which, and don't get me wrong, I like, thank God and the blessings that's come with it. Like even in something like this is still to me it's a privilege to do something like this, you know, and I think that that's really cool to me because again, I'm still that person who was just a boy in his laptop in a Starbucks and that's it, you know, like that's all it really was. And I think there's the side of it's opened a whole other life that I've never really understood and I've been very grateful for it every day. But I think there was a side of like you sacrifice so much to it that you lose friends along the way too. And I think that's the part that gets really underestimated is because
your identity
changes, but also money is a taboo subject that whether we like it or not. And maybe more higher echelons or whatever, it's a bit more free flow. But you don't make 100K in a trade and then go to someone who makes 60K in a year and you're like, I made 100K today. You're just an asshole to say that. But then also you get more accustomed to a certain lifestyle. You get accustomed to a mentality. You become more abundant thinking. Like I know for me, my level of financial awareness is very high to most of the day-to-day people. So when I hear it like day-to-day complaints, I don't resonate with it. And that doesn't it might make me appear cold. And maybe in some ways I am. And it's not that I'm this asshole about it, but I think there's a side of like, I'm sorry, I can't give you the energy to say, you know what, the heating has gone up 2% this month. Like those same things. I remember, you know, gas was all-time high for a while. And apparently we were gassing up for like 1.7x the usual price or whatever it was. I'll be honest, I didn't know. And I didn't know because I didn't look at the price because at the end of the day, every time I gas up my car, it was like $80, $90, whatever. So when it went up to 120, I think I noticed the first time I was like, I don't think I've ever paid 120. I was like, wow, that's high. I still gassed up my car. I still did it. So I was like, oh yeah. And I looked and I was like, oh yeah, this is happening. This is this. I was like, this is happening to everyone. Me too. But I can afford it. So it is, I'm still going to gas up my car. And so I think you become unrelatable. And I think that's the part where it's probably the loneliest part of the journey is you start to find your new circle in that way.